swim to the front of the ship and see if there's a key?
Yeah.
Yes, the brains.
Oh.
Okay, I'm ready, I think.
I'm ready whenever too.
All right, let's puzzle good, everybody.
Fantastic. I'd like to welcome you guys to this production from Paruzal, your home for live hosted online escape rooms that you can play from anywhere. The game we're playing today is titled Trapped Underwater. My name is James. I'll be your game master for today's game. First things first, can I get a thumbs up from you if you're able to see the title slide? Woohoo! Great. I get two of them from Laurel. That's good. It's important that you're able to see those pictures because I'll be sharing several images with you throughout the game. That's where they show up, so it's good you're able to see it. Let's start with the hardest question of the day. What team name would you like to use for today's game?
Oh, man.
Cosmic Brain.
Cosmic Brain, yeah, I'm down with. What? Just Cosmic Brain, not brains.
Yeah.
All four of us together.
We'll find out. Probably not me.
All four of us.
Nice. Now, another toughie. I need to know the name of somebody who all of you know who is not on the call with us. Who would you like to talk about in absentia?
Dragon Feeney.
I'm good with that.
Dragon Feeney?
Her name's Dragon Feeney. Yeah, we'll talk about her. Hey, wait, are there gonna be good things or bad things that are gonna happen to her?
Generally good.
Okay, yeah, we'll go with that.
Okay.
One.
Your performance today will dictate how well she comes out.
Oh, good.
So don't screw it up. Great. This is a new format for a lot of folks, so let me tell you a little bit about what you're getting into. Here in just a moment, we're going to be playing a game where you're going to be set inside an underwater shipwreck. As we get the game going, you need to know that I'll show you an overview picture of some of your surroundings inside that shipwreck, and then you will go around to observe and interact with the different objects down there, trying to identify puzzles that have solutions that'll help you get up to the surface. Keep in mind, whenever I say you're going to observe and interact with the objects down there, those are two different things. Just because you ask to see an object does not mean that you've picked it up, spun it around, or done anything useful with it. In our games, there are no wrong answers, so you can be as creative as you'd like in an effort to get through the game and get up to the surface. You will not need any outside knowledge, nor will you have to guess at any of the solutions. All of the information you need to solve our puzzles will be provided somewhere in the game. You're also going to be taking some notes throughout the game. Do you need a moment to run off and grab paper and pencil, or do you already have some note-taking ability?
Oh, actually, one.
I could use my just notepad on the PC too, or do I need to like draw?
You don't need to draw anything.
Okay.
Nope, I'm good.
Grab something real fast.
Yep, so as we're waiting for Pooh to get back, let me tell you that it's okay to ask for repeats. I mentioned before that I'll be sharing several pictures with you. I will also be verbally describing several things. If ever you'd like that, repeated, just ask. I'll be glad to accommodate. You can also ask for hints throughout the game. There's no penalty, there's no limit on them, but you are going to have more fun if you make it through yourselves rather than relying on me to solve everything for you. It is also a good idea, this should not be a problem for you guys, to know that your crazy ideas may be exactly what you need to get through the game. You need to know that speaking aloud is a good idea. That is also going to, your crazy ideas might be what it takes to spark creativity in your teammates, and hearing you speak is also a good idea to let me know if you're starting to feel stuck or frustrated with something. In this game, you need to know that this game includes something called a direction lock. A direction lock works very much like a standard padlock, except rather than spinning the dial to a certain set of numbers, you're going to be pushing that center button in the directions of up, down, left, or right in some series of presses in order to get the lock open. That means that somewhere in the game, you're going to encounter a lock like this. It also means that somewhere else in the game, you're going to encounter a series of directions. For example, I'll make one up, left, left, down, left. That's an example of a series of directions that could be used to open a lock like this and give you access to whatever it is inside. Are there any questions before we get started?
Familiar with those locks.
Yes, an escape room essential.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, great. You do need to know about that direction lock. And yeah, you can always ask for hints as well. So we don't need anybody feeling stuck or frustrated. We're going to try and stay nice and friendly today. With all of that in mind, I do have a little bit of background for you. You do not need to take notes in this section. I will tell you when it comes time to take notes. You and Dragon Feeney have been planning this dive trip for ages. You're on board Captain Jack's dive boat, and the plan is to dive 3 shipwrecks in the St. Lawrence River. You leave the marina in upstate New York as planned, and you head out to the first shipwreck called the Vickery. You and Dragon Feeney and Captain Jack spend the time by telling dive stories, and every now and then Captain Jack feeds popcorn to his pet parrot named Kirby. After a short boat trip out to the Vickery, you and Dragon Feeney get geared up, Captain Jack ties onto the surface buoy, and you jump into the water, waving goodbye to Captain Jack. He'll be back to pick you up in 2 hours. Bye-bye. You start to descend, and soon you see the shadow of the dive boat above you departing. You and Dragon Feeney reach the top of the shipwreck. You know that the Vickery came to rest at an upward angle, with the front of the boat higher than the back. You look for a big hole in the side of the shipwreck, and when you find it, you go in first. As you clear the opening, you turn around to warn Dragon Feeney of something sharp near the opening, but as you do, an iron grate suddenly slides into place from the hole's edges, cutting you off from Dragon Feeney, who remains outside. Since the dive boat has already left, there's no sense in having her service. It's best that she stay with you at the Vickery to offer whatever help she can from the outside. Since you have 2 hours worth of gas in your tanks, and you need 1 hour to ascend safely, that leaves you an hour to get out of the Vickery. With all of that in mind, now is a good time to start taking notes. You take a look around your surroundings. You see that you have a dive computer on your wrist. You're also carrying a powerful flashlight to look around inside the dark shipwreck. You're carrying a waterproof notebook, as well as the other standard scuba gear necessary for a wreck dive like this. Visibility inside the ship is not so great, but you look around to look at your surroundings. This flashlight helps you, and you notice that behind you, there's the iron grate that you entered. This is the iron grate where you entered. You're on the inside of the ship, and Dragon Feeney's on the outside. The ship is at an upward angle. When you look to the left, that's toward the front of the ship. You see the deck rising on a slope. As you look to the left, you see that chest of drawers is the first thing to your left. As you work your way around clockwise from there, up in the bow of the ship is the ship's windlass. A windlass is a spool for raising and lowering chains, such as the anchor. Continuing around clockwise, you see a lot of holes in the hull on the opposite side of the ship. Next to that are bar shelves and a cabinet. As you look down to the stern, that's to the right, you see the deck sloping down, and that propeller is at the deepest part of the ship. And to your immediate right, from where you are there at the port, you see a pile of bungee cords and fist-sized cannonballs. In the middle of the ship, toward the front, you see the ship's wheel, as well as directly in front of you, what remains of the ship's 3 masts. What would you like to look at or do first?
Oh, we're boned. This is so much harder for me because I'm so visual, and since you don't have actual artwork for the bar shelves and the cabinet and stuff, I'm like, what are those again?
Do we not?
Okay, well, I would like to go and open the cabinet, sir.
Sure, let's go take a look at that cabinet. This is the part that's closed and locked with the direction lock that we were talking about before.
Okay.
Let's guess. No, I'm just kidding.
Should we look in the drawers or the shelves? How about?
Sure, you take a look at the drawers there by the iron grate. As you look at those drawers, you see it's a metal chest of drawers about waist high. The drawers are held in place by a metal bar that goes up through all the handles. There's a lock at the end of that metal bar that keeps the drawers firmly shut. There's a 7-letter lock.
7-letter.
7-letter lock. Okay. Cool.
Is there anything in particular about those holes by the bar shelves? Are they just regular holes? How big are they?
Yeah, if we head over and take a look at them, you see that that number you see right there is representative of a much larger number of hulls. And you realize that whoever built the ship must have been claustrophobic because you've never seen this many hulls so close together. The hulls are big enough to pass a hand through. You see a sign there at the side that says for Morse code only. If you swim back a little ways from the wall, you see that they are in 8 distinct rows. And under the last row, it says non-filled circles, £, or hashtag, depending on your generation.
Non-filled circles.
Oh boy.
So we can reach our hand in them.
Yeah, you can like to stick your hand through. You can wave at some of the fish out there in the river. Yeah, that'd be fun.
Me and Pooh can play Connect 4 there.
Yeah. No more Connect 4.
Can we? So is that a book that said for Morse code only?
No,
Did you
it's just
say?
a little plaque.
Oh, it's just a little plaque. Okay.
Little
Does
plaque
anyone
that
have
says
any idea how this relates to Morse code? Because I sure don't.
I
It
don't know
might
any
be-
Morse code.
It might be, so it's like dots and dashes. So it might be like
The blanks are dashes.
putting something in the circle is a dash and then not is a dot.
Okay,
Or-
well,
It could be the other way too.
okay, let's keep it in mind and look for more information.
Yeah, definitely more information.
I would like to go visit the bar because in a situation like this, I could really use a drink.
Liquor is always a good idea
Yes.
when working on escape rooms. Yeah, you think it's a little unusual for there to be such an extensive bar on a cargo ship, but maybe drinking was the only way to pass long days at sea back then. You find a bunch of glass bottles still on the shelves. There's a wide variety of colors represented here, as many colors as you can imagine. All of the bottles are either small, medium, or large.
Are the colors? I would like to observe the bottles. Is there a way that I could observe the bottles? Like, could I physically look at the bottles with their
Yep,
colors?
so there's no
and
specific
shape?
image of the bottles in this case, but if you think of any color you can name, you've got a bottle in that color of 3 different sizes. So periwinkle, let's say, is your favorite color. You've got a periwinkle bottle that's small, another one medium, and another one large.
Okay.
Interesting.
Are
I mean,
all-
this is
Is every bottle full or are some bottles empty?
Yeah, if you want to stick your head inside the bar shelves, look around a little bit, you see that all of the caps, corks, and labels have been lost to the ages, and they're filled only with seawater. There's nothing in, on, or under them besides seawater.
okay. So we got a bunch of different sizes and colors of bottles. Nothing.
Should we look at the other areas and then come back to where we think,
Yeah.
like the cannonballs and bungee cords? Is there anything?
Yeah, gathering as much information as possible is a good place to start, I
Yeah.
think, in these.
Sure, let's take a look at those bungee cords and cannonballs. As you head over to take a look at them, you think that's a little weird that the elastic in a bungee cord has lasted 130 years underwater. But as you get closer, you see that these bungee cords are actually fairly new. Some previous diver must have left them here. All the cords are the same length. They're about 3 hand widths long. You're surprised to see there's a whole bunch of cannonballs here as well, and all of those cannonballs are fist-sized. On the wall behind the pile, there's a sign that says, for Morse code only.
So there's another sign that says more. So we can use the
Oh.
cannonballs in the Morse code area then.
What-
You
It
could put
could
them
be-
through the holes, but like,
Yes.
do we wish?
Could we?
Wait a
It
minute.
could be like the cannonball is the dot in the Morse code and the bungee
Yeah.
cord is the dash.
Yeah, that's a good thought.
Oh yeah. I like that.
Well, if you'd like, you do have the ability to bring those bungee
Yes,
cords and cannonballs
I would
Yes,
like
over
to.
here.
please.
I would like
Wanna
to
test
one
that?
by one bring the cannonballs over in order to not hurt my back.
Can we put them in our pockets, please?
Yes, we would like to drag the cannonballs over to the Morse code only.
You can put them in your
area.
inventory if you'd
Yes,
like.
please.
Sure. Yep, you do have the ability to fill holes with the cannonballs just like this. They stay of their own accord. You can stick them in, you can take them out as you'd like. They're not going to fall out on their own. And
Okay.
you can also stretch the bungee cords very well. They hook into the first hole, drag over a second, and then they hook nicely into the third hole. So you can fill these holes with cannonballs and bungee cords as you see fit.
How many cannonballs?
Yeah,
we
do we
have?
have?
The number of cannonballs, as well as the number of bungee cords, could best be described as plenty.
Okay, so as many as we need to do to make whatever we want. All right.
All right. Well, that's good information.
Could we? Okay, hear me out here. Could I use the bungee cord? Could I have a situation where my friends hold the cannonball in one area, and then we use the bungee cord to propel the cannonball in a propelling motion?
I like what you're thinking.
I like where your brain's at. I mean, you're trapped underwater. You really got to get out, but it's really difficult to generate any kind of speed underwater like this. So yeah, you can like fling the cannonball, but it really only goes a couple feet.
Okay. Wanted
Sorry.
to be sure.
I like that thought though. There.
Yeah, you know.
Is there anything? Can we take a look at the steering wheel? I can't remember the technical name for it.
No worries. Yep, that's ship's wheel. Yeah, you can certainly take a look at that. As you do, you see that the ship's wheel is still attached to its base. You're below the main decks. You're a little confused as to how the wheel got down here. You look up and see a hole. Right now, it's all blocked by debris. This must be where that wheel fell through. But as you look at it closer, you see that one of the spokes of the wheel has an outward pointing arrow painted on it.
Could we look directly up from where we are at right now?
And can we get into that hole at the ceiling?
Sadly, you cannot. There's a whole bunch of debris up there, other stuff's fallen over it. It's been down here 130 years, so a bunch of crap up there. You can't really swim through it.
Okay. Can we spin the wheel, do anything with it? Is it just sitting there doing nothing?
Yeah, it is just sitting there doing nothing. And of course, nobody can avoid spinning a ship's wheel.
Oh, yeah.
You're surprised to see that this one spins freely on its axle. You notice something. Although you keep spinning it, there's a bump every few turns, and it only turns clockwise. Okay. If you start with the arrow pointing up and you pay attention to the number of turns between bumps, you feel the first bump after 3 full turns. Then you feel another bump after 1 full turn. Then 1.5. Then 1. Then a quarter. Then a half. And another half. And finally, 2.5 turns. If you keep turning it, that pattern just repeats itself. Speaking of repeating itself, would you like me to give you those numbers again?
Yes, please.
Sure. Yeah.
You feel the first bump after 3 full turns. Then 3 full turns, then 1 full turn, then 1.5, then 1, then a quarter, then a half, and another half, and finally 2.5 turns.
Oh my goodness. I have a cosmic brain solution to this that's probably stupid. Does anybody have a simple solution or thing to do with this?
Yeah, throw it out there right now.
Throw it out, yeah.
Okay, my cosmic brain solution is you could try to imagine when you're turning like that, like which direction it'd be going, and then use that for the directional lock. That does not sound right to me. It sounds too complicated. So does anyone have any other ideas?
The directional lock's only 4 directions, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if you turned it, so the only ones we have are full turns and then half and then a quarter. So like the half would point down and the quarter would point to the right, but like then 3 turns would be kind of redundant.
It'd just be up and right. Well, there's more than 4. Wait, the directional. Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of like a lock, like just like a standard lock. How when you, I don't know, I've watched like lock picking stuff. Like when it gets to the right number, it kind of like clicks or whatever. But I don't think
we had a 7-letter lock.
Yeah. I was thinking we have the 7-letter lock.
But this is 8 combinations, right?
Yeah.
And this was 8 turns, so it's not quite right for that.
Do you want to look at something else, or do you want to keep stewing on this? Because we still have some other areas we don't have information on yet.
Question. So when it goes like 3 turns, it goes 1, 2, 3. So it would land back at 12 o'clock, right?
Yeah.
And then
so the ship's wheel starts at 12 o'clock. If you give it 3 full turns, the arrow is still pointing up.
Okay.
Can you just try up, down, up, right, down in the direction lock? Just make sure that that's not it.
Sure. If you'd like to grab the direction lock and you press whatever that was. You give it a tug, and it does not open.
Okay, so that's not the solution. All right. So
I like the effort though.
Okay, well let's continue. Let's go to the fan. Let's come back to this.
I think
We got the
Sure.
fan, the bow, and then whatever that thing is in the front, right?
yeah.
Yeah, sure. You take a look at, you're talking about the propeller
The
in
propeller,
the back here?
yes.
Yep, as you take a
Oh.
look at the propeller, you see that it is an 8-bladed propeller, and one of those blades is
Oh.
painted a different color from the other 7.
Huh.
You see a lot of seaweed growing around it. You try to give it a spin, but it's held in place very firmly by the seaweed. You don't want to upset the seaweed, so you leave that alone. You do notice a sign near the propeller that reads, "For Morse code only."
Can we move the propeller over to the window area?
Sadly, no. It is held in place very firmly by the seaweed.
Can we take the one fan off that's painted differently?
All of those blades of the propeller are attached to each other.
Okay.
So it's pink. There's 1 out of 8 of them that's colored. I don't understand all this Morse code stuff.
Yeah, Morse
have a
code
question.
only is.
I have a question just real quick. Do we need to have some knowledge, pre-existing knowledge? You said no, right?
Did you not come with like your own Morse code decoder and braille?
Okay, right.
No.
So we don't need to worry about doing anything like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Can we grab the
decoder
Morse
will be
code
provided.
sign?
Yeah, I tried already.
Yeah,
That's
a
a
Morse
good
code decoder will be provided in the game when you need one.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
And sure, if you'd like to run your hand around this decoder sign, you try to twist and turn, push and pull, but it's firmly in place.
Okay.
That's clearly the wrong font for 130 years. My immersion is destroyed.
Yeah, like the Beast said, can we grab the signs? Can we turn the sign over? Is there anything on the back of the sign?
Sadly, no. There's no
Yeah, okay.
way.
So I think we should keep gathering more clues, and eventually
Yeah.
it'll click into place
I
how
think
to
so,
use the
too.
clues that we have.
We have 2 other spots we haven't visited yet.
Yes. The
Okay.
what is that? The cones in the middle. What are those called?
The 3
Yeah,
masts.
Map.
Yeah, so you have the remnants of 3 masts here in the middle of the ship.
Can we get
Bottles, the
can we get a
bottles.
small bottle, a medium bottle, and a big bottle of those colors?
Yes.
And then
Okay.
something.
Small
Purple, red,
bottle,
green.
Happens.
medium green, and a large blue.
Yes.
All right, so it sounds like you want to get a small red bottle off of the, let's do this. You can get a small red bottle off of the bar shelves. You're going to place it right about here.
All right.
You're going to do the same thing with a green bottle, and you're going to put it on the green mast. And then blue on the blue as well. Is that what you're trying to do?
Oh yes.
Okay, by doing that, you actually cause 2 things to happen. Ooh. First, you go over to the bar shelves, you pick up the 3 corresponding bottles. By picking up the correct bottles off of the bar shelves, the entirety of the bar shelves and all of the remaining glassware slowly recedes into the wall behind it, and a panel slides in place where the bar shelves used to be.
Whoa.
Dun, dun, dun.
Let's go. Let's go.
As you take a look at that
We did
panel, as you take a look at that panel, you see that there's a painting on the panel. The painting is of a ship. The ship has a figurehead. Now, commonly, the figurehead is going to be a mermaid carving on the front of the ship, but in this case, it's just a cute dog.
Oh.
This dog has a key ring in his mouth, complete with an old-fashioned blacksmith's key hanging off of that key ring.
Oh,
All of this is depicted in the painting on the panel where the bar shelves used to be.
Okay.
Now, if you remember, I told you that 2 things happened.
Yes.
So what you just experienced, that's what happens whenever you picked up the 3 correct bottles off of the bar shelves. You get this painting. But you can also hear a little grinding noise, and you can tell that the propeller has started to slowly spin. Whenever you take a look at it, you can see the seaweed that had been holding it in place now forms patterns on each blade.
whoa.
Ooh.
Oh, so the 7-letter law. Oh, wait, no, that's not right. I was gonna say everything
Oh,
but
well.
the one, but
Yeah, one of them is different.
they're not all letters.
One of them.
Let's write this down.
Can we make that spell anything?
Uh,
I'm
Dawn.
bad at
I
these.
think it spells you're running out of air.
Okay, wait. Hear me out here. Okay. What if the propeller's spinning right now, by the way?
It's just idly spinning. Yeah, no particular
Slowly?
speed coming off of it.
Slowly spinning.
Hmm.
Okay,
Is the propeller safe to be near?
Oh, I was gonna say it might have to do with like the propeller spins 3 times, and then we take the U.
Yeah, is the propeller spinning
spins-
clockwise?
It's spinning in the direction of your choice.
Okay. So it doesn't-
That doesn't matter. Okay.
Why is the one gray? That's throwing me off.
Or pink?
Or pink. It looks
Oh
gray
yeah,
to me.
you're right. You're right. Is that pink or? Well, now I see it as gray. I'm losing my mind.
There's a dress underwater. It's blue to some people.
It's gone. Oh my gosh. Chad, is that pink or gray? Argue. Okay.
Well, we still have one more spot to look at.
Yeah, we have one more spot.
Yeah. Let's keep going.
How much air do we have left, by the way?
You've been playing for almost 19 minutes. You got about 41 minutes of air
Okay.
left.
All right.
Being claustrophobic.
Sonic music intensifies.
Can we check out
check out the bow?
Sure.
The thing
let's
in
take a look at the windlass. Yep, so that windlass is up in the front. The windlass is a spool used for raising and lowering chains. As you take a look at this one, you see it's a pretty standard one. It even has a chain wrapped around it. It's probably how the ship's anchor worked, but there is no anchor to be seen.
And
So what are those things that are attached?
Yeah,
on it? Can we kind of unravel it and look at those?
Sure. Yep. You can pull the chain. You can spin the wheel however you'd like to. You can certainly do that. It'll loosen up the chain. And you see that there are markings on the chain every 10 feet. And you learn that this chain was not used for the anchor, but instead it's how they took depth measurements in the days before sonar. And you keep spinning the windlass. The chain unwinds even further, and you see special markings at 68, 87, and 105 feet. They seem out of place because all of the other markings are on the 10s.
That's seven numbers. Can you put numbers in the letter lock, or is it only letters?
It is only letters.
Only letters.
As much as I'd love
could
to
we?
come up with.
Could they correlate? Could the numbers correlate to? No, because 0 wouldn't mean anything.
Can we shove the chain in that hole and drop it
Yeah,
down?
I was wondering if we could shove the chain somewhere.
Yeah, you certainly can. You can stick the end of the chain down there, unwind it, pull it back up. Yeah, nothing really special down there.
Can we? Do you guys think anything with the steering wheel correlates to this thing? Like if we turn it 3 times?
Yeah, what if we turn it 3 times, once, and half, and all that? That doesn't sound useful, but
No, it doesn't. But
Turn it
the
3
wheel
full
here
times?
just controls the depth of the chain. So yeah, you can spin the chain down into the hole, back up from the hole, as many turns as you want, but it doesn't change that nothing's down there.
okay.
yeah, okay.
And if we spin it 3 full times clockwise, do we get a special marking?
No.
Okay.
So that's not it.
Wait a second. On the propeller, there were 7 letters.
Yeah, there were 7 letters. I realized the same thing.
Yeah. Let's go to the 7-letter lock in the dive computer, or not in the dive computer, in the.
Yeah, which order would you put them in though? Or maybe we just take the letters and unscramble them. Does it?
It's got to spell a word.
You would be.
It almost feels like Herndon or something. How does
Well,
it?
like, wouldn't you be first though? Like, so we'd start at you and count clockwise. Like, so we'd start at you and go 1, 2,
Did we get
3,
like a
4,
name
5,
of the
6,
ship or
2.
any sorts of like lore going into this that in our memory looks like it's spelled with these letters?
Well, the name of the ship is called the Vickery.
Okay, that's not it.
100? Does it spell? No.
No, that's what I thought.
I'm so bad at.
I'm so bad at unscrambling.
The unscrambling words are not my forte.
I don't even know if that's it, but maybe
I know.
It might have us say. I was thinking there might be some. It might tell us the order with one of the other puzzles, but I don't know.
But the 7 letters have to correlate, I would think, to the lock.
Well, it'd be like if U is 0 or U is 1.
I can see end hour, but I don't think that's relevant.
End hour. Dun, dun, dun.
I mean,
Hour end.
I wonder how many.
Game over.
I wonder how many people
You
in
lose.
chat. Yeah, I wonder how many people in chat know the whole thing right now.
Yeah, probably.
they
have
figured
we
it out 20 minutes ago.
Have we been everywhere? That's my question. Is have we been
Can we go back?
everywhere?
Can we go back to the panel actually, with the dog? The dog painting?
Sure. There you go.
Can I turn the dog painting over?
Yeah, you can rub your hand over it. It really
Can
is
I
just
flip
paint
it?
on canvas.
I
You
can't
rub
flip
your
it
hand-
over?
Run your hands around the frame, twist, turn, push, pull. Yeah, you have no control
So
over the frame. It's
maybe
bolted.
it's a hint that the key is at the front of the boat because that's the front of the boat.
Oh. I like where you're
Ah!
No, I mean, yeah. Or we got to find a cute little puppy somewhere. We got our key. Yes, he does. A good little boy. Good little drowny boy.
Starting to get claustrophobic.
Yeah, so okay, if we're looking at all the places we can go again, the bow of the boat. Did we go everywhere where it looks like there's something of interest or of note?
You've inspected all of the objects on this overview picture, but you have not yet inspected all of the objects available to you.
Oh.
Can we inspect the grate at all?
That's a good idea. That's a great idea. As you take a look at the door that's trapping you inside the wreck, you see that it is a serious grate. It has hundreds of bars, both vertical and horizontal.
Wow.
You can just barely stick a few fingers in the space between the bars. You see Dragon Feeny on the other side. You wave at her. She waves back. You grab hold of that grate and you try to move it, but it does not budge. You notice, however, anywhere that you touch the bars, they glow faintly green before the light fades away. You also see on your side of the grate, there's a small keyhole that looks like it'll take an old-fashioned blacksmith's key. And there's a waterproof numerical keypad next to that.
A waterproof numerical keypad. Could we type in 68, 87, 105 into that numerical
I like
keypad?
it. I like it.
Sure, you grab hold of that waterproof numerical keypad. You type in 68, 87, 105. You hear a very faint.
Okay. Can we ask Dragon Feeny to swim to the front of the ship and see if there's a key?
Yeah.
Yes, the brains.
Oh!
Big brains, dude.
You're right there at the grate, so you make eye contact with Dragon Feeny and you say blah, 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 because you're still underwater.
Oh no.
Oh, we don't have any sort of...
Can we communicate with our dive computer at all?
You do have a dive computer on your wrist. It's a fairly basic model. All it does is display the current time, your depth, the pressure you're experiencing at that depth, as well as the percent battery remaining.
What is the
say all
pressure?
those things again?
It's a fairly basic model of a dive computer. It simply shows the current time, as well as your depth, the pressure that you're experiencing at that depth, and the percent battery remaining.
What is our current depth and what is the pressure of that depth?
Well, the depth and pressure depends on where you are inside the ship.
Okay.
You want to tell me where you are? Are we still down here at the port?
We're at the
grate?
that grate area.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. You're here at the grate, and at this point, you're at about 90 feet of depth, and you're experiencing about 39 PSI.
Oh! The depth, the 68, 87, and 105 fit perfectly between 65 and 110, which are the depth. Oh, yeah, sorry. I stole your thunder piece.
No, it's good, though. That's great.
Mark for you.
Yeah.
So could we go to the depth of 68 and something? Where are we going from here? Is there going to be something there? I don't know. What do you guys
All
think?
right, let's head up to 68 feet. As you head up toward the bow, you're just a little bit away from the bow. You take a look at your dive computer. It tells you that the time is currently 4:39. Your depth is 68. You're experiencing 30 PSI of pressure, and you have 50% battery remaining.
Oh, we record the pressure at each, maybe?
Yeah.
'Cause that's the only one that'll vary. That's the only one that'll vary.
Yeah.
Right?
So
30 goes with 68.
yes. So do the same thing for 87, if we could,
Sure.
please.
You head down to the middle of the ship. You look until your dive computer says you're at 87 feet. At this point, the time is 4:39. The depth is 87. You're experiencing 38 PSI of pressure, and you have 50% battery remaining.
And then same thing with 105,
For
please.
105, yeah.
Yep. You head down to the stern, back there by the propeller. The time is 4:39. The depth is 105. Pressure is 46, and you have 50% battery remaining.
Could we go back to that keypad, please?
Yes.
And type in 30, 38, and 46.
Yeah.
Grab hold of that waterproof numerical keypad. You type in 303846, and you hear a very faint
I was so confident.
I like that idea. Now,
Was there?
with our flashlight, would we be able to? Does Dragon Feeny understand Morse code?
I'm going to guess no. Most people don't know. You guys don't know Morse code.
Actually, I know for a
fact.
fact that Feeny does because we played Keep Talking, Nobody Explains.
Can we get the picture of the key and show it to her, or can we not grab that picture?
Yeah, you tried grabbing and turning this picture, but it is firmly bolted in place.
Yeah, okay.
Can I draw the picture in my notepad? I'm an artist.
Well, if you'd like to examine the notepad that you have.
Well, yeah, let's look at the notepad.
Yeah, you and Dragon Feeny have been diving together for quite a while, so you know that the standard scuba hand signs don't cut it for communication all the time. So you carry these waterproof notebooks that allow you to communicate more complex ideas, and you can take notes if you need to. But unfortunately, you both forgot your pencils. So you're stuck using hand signs for now. I hate when that happens.
Why would I not bring that?
This is like the tiny little platform that you can't jump over in a video game. That's like blocking you off from taking that path.
Is there anything else with the 3 masts? Did anything else happen to the 3 masts after we
removed the bottles and then we got that?
Yeah. Is the 3 masts? Did anything else happen to them?
No, they're still there. They still have the bottles on them. Yeah,
okay.
You've already used these. This is
what was the second thing that happened with that again? I remember
the propeller started moving.
Oh, the propeller turned. Right. So maybe that's what we use next.
Yeah, I mean, we have the propeller turn. We had those numbers that had depth, and then we have the pressure next to them.
Yeah,
assuming those
we have
numbers.
So many numbers. It's so hard to know. What else? What can we actually do or use? We have a direction lock, a 7-letter lock, and a number pad, right?
Yeah, and 3 signs that have told us Morse code only.
If I might make a suggestion, I can tell you where a good place to spend your time would be.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
All right.
We were visited
Laurel
by a
actually
mermaid.
Laurel had a good idea earlier whenever he was looking at the ship's wheel. Why don't you spend more time on that for now?
I was turning it to try to get direction lock inputs.
And it will not let us turn counterclockwise, only clockwise.
That's correct.
Okay.
We're looking at a situation where we turn it 3 times and it clicks, and that would be like noon or 12 or north.
We can just summarize that as up. Sure. So yeah, if you take the wheel in this position and you spin it 3 full times, the arrows, you feel a bump, and the arrow's pointing up.
Okay.
Where is the arrow pointing? Go ahead.
Oh no, sorry. Is up not actually up? Is that the troll here, or like, because I already tried, right? I already tried. If you turn it 3 times, it's up. If you turn it once, it's up. If you turn it 1.5, it's down. And so that gives you like a directional lock sort of situation. But that you said that was wrong. Is that correct?
The end result of what you tried was not
wrong.
What you need to open the lock.
Yeah, right. Can we try the invert of that, or like
How about we just continue your set of logic? So you say if you spin it 3, it's up. Cool. If you spin it 1, it's up.
It's up.
Cool. If you spin it 1.5, it's down. That's cool. So if you start with the arrow pointing down and spin it 1 full time, which way is it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I thought you had it right. I got up, down, left, right, left.
Okay, thanks, Beast.
Let's go with that.
Let's wait for your friends and see what they come up with.
Up, down, left, right at the end, Beast. Is that what you had?
No, wait. I may have just got. Hold on. Now I need to check.
Is it up, down, left, right, left, right?
Yeah, I have up, down, left, right, BA, select, start.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, you spin this wheel, you feel those bumps, you record where the arrow is pointing.
Okay, put it in the direction lock.
You grab hold of that direction lock, you type in the directions of up, down, left, right. Little panel on the side comes out, you type in BA, select, start, you get all of your lives, and you give it a tug, It pops right open. Well done.
Let's go.
How did
Nice job,
we
guys.
not get that the very first time? I feel so stupid.
Because we listened to me instead of Beast.
No, you know what's funny is literally anytime I go in there, I always up, down, left, right on those.
I know.
You know?
The one time.
I actually said it in my head before we even got the direction lock. I literally almost said, how about up, down, left, right. But I literally almost said that.
Whenever you open this lock, you go ahead and open the remainder of the cabinet, and inside you find 7 waterproof bags. They are all sealed, and they're labeled as if they contain fish food. Each of the bags is a different color. Those colors are green, yellow, blue, red, orange, violet, and indigo.
Roy G. Biv.
Yeah, Roy G. Biv in the 7-letter lock. Yeah.
Sure, you head over to the 7-letter lock on the chest of drawers, spin the dials to spell out Roy G. Biv, give it a tug, but it does not open.
Now, does the order you told us matter? So it was green, yellow, blue,
Red, orange,
red, orange,
in the order
violet,
that
indigo.
you gave us.
Yeah.
G Y
You wanna
B
do-
R
GYBROVI.
Yeah.
Sure, I think that's John Bon Jovi's cousin or something. So yeah, you spin the dials to spell out Jabrovi, give it a tug, but it does not open.
Okay, that's not it. So there were 7 bags, was that it? And they had fish food in them, and they had those colors.
You can tell there's something inside them, and they're labeled as if they contain fish
Can
food.
we open the
good
green
question.
bag?
Yeah, which bag would you like to open?
The green one.
Yeah, you open the green bag. Whenever you do that, a few morsels of fish food do float out of that bag. Before you know it, 6 cowfish. That's COWFISH. 6 cowfish have swum over and are chomping away happily.
Can we try cowfish in the 7-letter lock?
You grab the 7-letter lock, you spin the dials to spell cowfish, give it a tug, but it does not open.
Wait, okay, it's the pink one, right? Because the thing was, so we just need one of them, and one of them's got it. Is it the
The
pink one?
propeller had a 2 on it, so one of these might have a 2 amount of fish that would
That's a good
spell
idea.
what's on the propeller.
Yeah, we need to tie the hints together here, I think.
Let's open the next one.
Yeah.
Which one would you like to
Let's
do?
try yellow.
If you open the yellow bag, you go ahead and open that. A few morsels float out. Before you know it, 6 walleyes. WALLEYES. You have 6 walleyes. Swim over and are chomping away happily.
Okay, I don't think we should guess and check, right? Let's try to get the. Can I see the propeller again, or do you remember which one was?
Well, let's keep opening the bags.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
it's gonna be. Is it? Well, okay.
Now let's stay on this, but let's keep opening the bags.
Okay.
Blue bag, please.
Sure, you open the blue bag, and that brings over 4 flounders. FLOUNDERS. 4 flounders are chomping away happily.
Red bag, please.
Yep, R. That brings you a desert pupfish. That's DESERTPUPFISH. 1 desert pupfish.
Orange one.
The orange bag.
Orange brings you 4 starfish. STARFISH. 4 starfish.
Violet.
Violet brings you 5 split fins. SPLITFINS. 5 split fins.
Do you guys get the numbers for all of those?
Yeah.
Of each.
And the indigo bag.
When you open the indigo bag, that brings you 2 tiger sharks. Don't worry, these are the cute baby ones, not the big man-eaters. 2 tiger sharks. And now that you opened all the bags of fish food, I can show you this whole table right here.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
God.
Yay.
Hold on. What is this add up to? 12, 16, 17, 21.
What do you think the numbers represent letters? So like 6 would be what? F, D, A.
Oh, it could be a hex value.
I think we would. I don't think we'd.
Yeah, I don't think it's anything that complicated. I do like yours, DGR, about but I don't know if there's any other way to make sense of this.
Yeah.
It also adds up.
Oh,
to
the 6th letter of that
28.
word, maybe? Is that what you meant? So the 6th letter of cowfish, the 6th letter of walleyes. Can we?
I like that.
I do too.
Can we? This is the nice thing about doing a audio escape room instead of actually doing it. Can we do whatever that is and put it into the 7th letter line?
Nice.
Yeah.
So you're saying that you want to take the 6th letter of cowfish.
Yes.
Like
Yep.
Not
No, that's
H
S.
though, right?
No, it's S.
S.
Oh yeah. Never mind. I can count.
Here, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Y.
Y. Okay.
U.
SYND or U, sorry.
R.
It just spells you suck.
Just don't tell.
I don't
B?
think this is right.
No, I don't
Because I think you're.
T.
I.
Bleh.
And I. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Let's try that.
Pseuderty. It's going to spell something reasonable. This is not going to be it, but hey.
Yeah, if you'd like to spin the dials to spell out Sayadutri, give it a tug. It does not open.
All right. Well.
I like where your head was at on that, though.
How much air do we have left?
You've got a hair over 20 minutes of air.
You're just causing anxiety, Beast. Gotta keep our head in the game.
Maybe we should ask a mermaid for a hint.
Yeah, this is. Oh my gosh. Okay, what else? What do we have all to do anything with right now? We have the fan.
We have
that had one letter with a pink
Yes.
thing on it, and there's a bunch of letters and numbers there that we were not able to unscramble.
just one number. We have the painting of the dog.
Yeah, the painting.
We
There's
have
the painting.
we have
We have
three
that-
numbers. We have 3 numbers: 68, 87, 105. That we don't know, but may relate to depth, so we can get pressure.
Yeah,
but we're not
right.
sure
30,
about that.
38, and 46.
We have
Yeah, but we're
that
not
chain
positive about
thing
that.
too in the front of the
Yeah.
boat.
The chain is where we got the 68, 87, and 105.
Yeah.
Was that where we got that? Okay,
Yeah.
so maybe we're done with that.
Chat is definitely mocking us right now as well.
We have a number pad, right? Hold on, wait. Don't we have a number pad still?
You do, yep.
What if we try
Yeah.
6641452 at the number pad?
Good
Sure.
idea.
You type in 6641452 in that waterproof numerical keypad, but you hear a faint I'll go ahead and tell you what you've got on the screen is actually really close to the right solution. In fact, you've even said the right thing to do, just not in the right order yet.
Oh no.
Put them in order of the rainbow. Let's do it in the order of the rainbow. Red, orange, yellow.
Of Roy G. Biv, yeah. So Roy
We're
G.
so
Biv.
dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just Roy G. Biv unscramble the
DRYS
Dry.
UIT. Dry, is it?
Dry suit.
I think I'm doing it wrong.
Is that
Dry suit.
Dry suit.
I don't know.
Yeah, if you
Can we
put
type in
those
dry
letters
suit?
in Roy G. Biv order, that gives you the word dry suit. What would you like to do with that?
We'd like to put dry suit in the 7-letter lock, please.
Let's go, baby.
Yep, you head over to that 7-letter lock, spin the dials to spell out dry suit, give it a tug, and it pops right open. Well done.
Yes.
Inside that cabinet, you find, inside that chest of drawers, you find a pencil as well as a Morse code key.
Oh hey.
Can we use that pencil to draw a note to Dragon Feeney to go check the front of the...
Yeah.
Yes.
Sure. You grab hold of that pencil, you write on your waterproof notebook, "My dearest Dragon Feeney, how I've missed you. Hope you're doing well out there. If you'd be so kind, take a look at the front of the ship. Maybe there's a dog, might be, who knows. Just could you look around? Pretty please, K, thanks, bye." You tear that out of your waterproof numerical keypad, you roll your waterproof notebook, you roll it up, stick it through the tiny space in the bars. She takes it, rolls her eyes at you, but she does swim off to the bow. A moment later, she comes swimming back, and she is holding a key ring with a little old blacksmith key hanging off of it.
Yeah.
Could we
All right,
use-
let's open the log.
Yeah.
Can
She
she?
passes it to you through the grate.
Okay.
You sounds like you want to put that in the lock, so you go ahead and insert it there in the lock. You're a little concerned. It's old and rusty, might not work, but as you turn it, you feel that lock giving way. Well done. You've opened the lock, but the grate remains firmly in place.
Okay.
Can we kick
So we need the
grate?
keypad thing then, right?
Yep, you do have a waterproof numerical keypad there.
So that's okay.
Okay, so
great.
now the Morse code is all.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
let's
wait,
combine
hear me
the
out.
ones that say for Morse code on them.
Okay, hear me out for the Morse code. We do like 6, 8. So we use the cannonballs to make 68 on the top, and then 87, and then 105.
Yeah, I'm hoping the arrangement of the cannonballs is going to spell the cancer to the, or whatever to the number pad or something like that. But yeah.
Well, let me show you this Morse code key here right next to the holes. What is it you'd like to spell using the cannonballs and bungee cords?
Well, okay, so what we still have left right now is we have the propeller, which is for we know the propeller was for Morse code only. What was the other thing that was for Morse code only? Oh, the cannonballs.
What else was for Morse code?
So the cannonballs,
Bungee cords,
propeller,
and this.
Okay, can we do?
Pooh, we also have the propeller letters and numbers as well, right? We haven't used that yet, correct?
Yeah, we haven't used those yet.
So we have to use those as well. What are is that the only things that we have right now? Sorry, I still got a little confused about what we have left.
Okay, so we have the 3 letters 68, 87, 105 that we got from the chain. We have the propeller that we've got left, and that has random stuff. And we have the cannonballs.
Yes.
And that's it. And that so we have to gather a code.
So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 8 rows here. Not all of them have the same numbers of things on them. Can we try? Well, okay. So some of them, if you look at the Morse code, like let's say for like 6, you see how it's like a dash and then 3 or 4 dots there. Like I'm just trying to see if we can. Oh, I don't know. I guess they're not all going to necessarily fit. But yeah, what would happen if you did the 6 in the first one? If you tried to make that?
Yeah. So if you like to put a bungee cord in this first hole, stretch it over to the third. There's your bungee cord, and then you're going to fill it in with 4 cannonballs after that. It would look something like this.
Yeah. Okay.
So we couldn't like put 6.
How many slots? So how many?
There's
1,
8.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And how
there's
many?
8.
1, 2,
and
3,
there's
4,
also
5, 6.
8.
8 from the propeller.
Yeah, 8 from the propeller.
So
okay, so starting from the pink one, can we make the Morse code for UHNOD blah 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 whatever?
Yeah. UHNODE2R.
All right. So if you want to put a U here, that's going to be 2 dots and a dash. You could do this.
Yes.
So what comes next?
H on the next row.
Okay, so we'll put H on the next row. So here's H.
Beast, are you thinking something different here?
Sort of, but it's not going to work, I think.
And then N.
And
I don't think this is.
I'm hoping this makes or spells something, but right now it doesn't look great. It doesn't fit, huh? Yeah, it doesn't fit.
That runs you into a little bit of a problem there.
Okay.
Well, I was thinking that the first line is 11 holes, and the code for 2 would take up 11 holes because it would be 9 plus 2, but there's multiple lines that have 11, so I don't think it's like each propeller thing fits one exact letter or something like that.
Well, remember, actually, the dashes take 3, right? So...
Yeah, so for 2 it would be 1, 2, and then plus 9.
Oh, yeah,
would be 11.
I see.
Oh man. And then you said there's a green glow on the grate.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, yep, so that's actually a bioluminescent algae. So it is an actual thing that it's an animal that glows green. It's a type of algae that glows green when physically disturbed. Go ahead.
Is our flashlight UV? Like, could we shine our flashlight on it?
Alas, it's just a regular flashlight. It's dark inside the ship. You've been using the flashlight all along.
Okay.
It doesn't perform any special effects.
Can we scrape some of that algae off?
Well, it's a little tough to generate force. You can like rub your hand over it and it glows green, but you can't pull any of it off.
Can't pull any of it off.
Like there is, if I'm correct, there is only one Morse code answer that could like fill the entire row, like Beast was saying, but I don't know if it would spell anything. I just did it for the first 2 and I don't think it does. So
because the longest letter I see would be 10, which there's like 3 lines that have 11.
Yeah, okay.
Oh my god, it looks pink now.
It's the dress.
I
It's the
only
blue or
see
gold
gray.
dress. Yeah, it's the
It
blue or
says
black
for Morse
dress.
code only, so we've got to find a way to Morse code this thing.
This is and this is spinning. Either
It's
direction.
just idly spinning.
Idly spinning for fun.
UH.
Just like the dry suit puzzle, where it ended with a normal English word, you're going to look for a normal English phrase based on this screen alone.
So,
Ruh-roh.
red.
I see end hour. That to end hour, but that doesn't make sense. That's
Run.
Let's see. Under O2. Does that make sense?
Under oxygen.
I feel so dumb right now.
under H2O.
Oh,
Underwater.
Under H2O.
Oh,
Boom!
man.
Amazing.
Yes.
what a
That's
legend!
Good teamwork there.
H2O.
What a legend.
Underwater.
Well done.
Okay.
What would you like to do with under H2O?
Start Morse coding it, I guess.
Yeah, I
You
guess
wanna-
U on the top.
Yeah, start with you.
Okay, so the U is going to be 2 cannonballs and a bungee cord. There you go. There's U.
Okay, I think that maybe the answer is maybe the circles left or the ones being made up in each row will be like an 8-digit code for the key number pad. I don't know. Anyway, let's keep going. Let's do N.
N. Yeah, N.
Do you want N right against it? Skip a space, skip a line. Where do you want the N to start?
Oh, how many letters do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh,
Yeah, it would fill up the whole thing. It would fill up each row, but not fully. So I mean,
there's 8 of them, so I think we go with the 8, unless someone else has an idea.
Yeah.
No, I think let's do that. And how much time
right.
do we have left?
Stop asking that.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, don't worry about
doesn't
it.
help us.
I'm
Don't worry about it.
scared.
A little over 9 minutes.
Okay.
Don't worry, we have an extra hour. We could swim fast.
Okay.
We might be able
that's
to
right. We
rise
just swim
fast.
faster.
We
sounds
might
like you
lose our
want
hearing
UND.
from the pressure, but
Yeah, UNDER.
ER.
Okay. All right, let's do R right here. And then H is, here we go. There's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 is H. And then 2, that's the big one. So we're going to do, see if it'll fit. Whoop. And,
It fits. It fits. Let's go.
There. and then O.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Okay, can we just...
Oh, no.
does it
no.
work if we take 1, 2, 3, 4? What if we did rearrange it?
what if we put underwater? We'd do it underwater, but it's all across, like it goes straight across the whole time.
Oh.
Like the U, the N goes next to the U.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
So
We-
right next... Go ahead, sorry.
Could do that. Yep, we could do that, but you are going to run into spaces where you're
Okay.
going to
That's fine.
have empty space at the end of a
Yeah.
line at some point.
That's fine.
Non-filled circles, hashtag or pound.
Right, I already got that. It's going to give us the number pad code for the unfilled circles.
Oh,
so
the
unfilled
number of
circles,
unfilled circles. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
the first digit is 6, 6, 4,
Yeah,
1.
but wait,
but
but
our
we're
last
not-
one didn't work,
The last
right?
one
Or
didn't
no?
work. Yeah, the last one didn't work. Is the problem? The O didn't work.
What if we
Under
just
H2O.
did...
But there's a 0 for
Yeah,
that
that's what I'm
one.
saying. What if we
Zero's
put it...
digit.
Yeah. No, that's good, guys. We're good. We're good. We have it. We
it's
have
H2O.
it.
I
We
thought
have
it was
it.
H20.
Yeah, yeah, we
I
have
was
it.
looking at the wrong.
have it.
No, we have it. Sorry.
Scientist.
Well, no, I looked at the pad.
Yeah, yeah.
We
I
got
was looking
6,
at
4,
0,
1.
yeah.
I was looking at 0. Okay, so it's
6,
6,
4,
4, 1, 7, 5, 3,
Yeah.
0.
6, 4, 1, 7, 5, 3, 0, 2 is what I
Yeah.
got.
Yeah.
So let's go put that in the keypad by the...
Sure.
Yeah.
Great.
You head over to the waterproof numerical keypad. You type in 641-75302 pound. You hear a click. And you've defeated that lock too. Well done.
Yes.
But the grate remains firmly in place.
Oh God.
Oh no.
Can we rub the algae?
Can I kick the grate?
You kick the grate, you can try rubbing the algae, but again, anywhere that this algae is physically disturbed, it glows green before slowly fading away.
So the last thing we have then is the depths, like the 30, 38, 46.
Oh, the 68. Yeah. What else is blocking us on the grate?
You can't tell. It's just being held firmly in place, and you know that some pieces glow green, but you can't really discern what the lock is.
Can we use our finger on the algae to draw 68,705 like it's a ghost or something?
Sure, you can certainly try to trace some of these numbers there on the lighting portions of the grate, but to no avail. They just slowly fade away.
Can we ask Dragon Feeny if there's a lock on her side?
Yeah, you can write that in your waterproof notebook, pass her another note, but she's going to look around and shrug.
Okay. So we have the numbers.
She's gonna leave us, guys. We gotta figure this out.
Sonic theme intensifies. Oh my God.
Oh man.
What else can we do?
Can
we go to those places? Sorry.
Okay, so it's like a grate, right? Like, could I stick my hand in the 68th grate, assuming it's one is at the top?
All right, so you're going to count from the top down. You're going to count down to 68, and just going to grab hold of the side of that bar, and yeah, that glows green.
Okay, grab this. Grab 68, 87, 105, 30, 38, and 46.
Yeah, so you make your way down to 68. You grab hold of one side of that bar, glows green. 87, yeah, it glows green, and then fades. Same thing with 105.
Can we try 30 and 38 and 46?
Sure, you're going to count down to 30, grab that bar, glows green, fades, 38, same thing, and 46 as well.
Shit.
Can we touch every bar just to make sure they all glow green? And if one doesn't, could you let us know?
To the best of your knowledge, they all do glow green, but remember, this is hundreds of bars wide, hundreds of bars tall. You don't really have enough time to touch all of them.
Oh, what?
Big boat. Oh, this is it. We don't know what block is.
Wait,
left.
was there anything in the drawers? I can't remember.
The drawer is what gave you the Morse code key and the pencil.
Yes.
Okay.
Right. So just to be clear, we've used and seen everything else, right?
This and 4 minutes is all that's separating you from the surface.
No pressure. I don't know. 68 minus 30 is 38, but that might just be random because I don't see that with the other numbers.
And you could also add them. You can multiply them. You could divide.
Did the
them.
time that displayed on our watch matter? I'm sure it doesn't, but I want to make sure.
It does not.
Okay.
So we have bars that glow green when you touch them. We have tons of bars. They make little squares. Should we go like 6 over 8 down? Like, what is the?
Yeah, what's the?
Yeah, if you'd like to count 6 over 8 down, you can touch that intersection, but it glows green before fading.
There's he said there's hundreds of bars, each row and column. So
yeah. So don't think that's it, right? What is?
I can feel the steam rolling out of my ears right now.
Oh my gosh, my chat definitely knows.
I was gonna say your chat has got to be blowing up.
Oh no, they're losing their mind. They are losing their mind right now. There is just.
I'm not even looking at one.
Who blind is the only email.
105.
Carl blind.
30.
Carl blind.
46.
So once upon a time, you guys got 3 numbers off of the chain.
Yes.
68, 87, 105. Once upon a time, you got 3 numbers off of your dive computer by looking at the pressures, 30, 38, and 46. This is a good time to stop thinking of those as groups of 3 numbers and start thinking of them as pairs. You have a pair of numbers at the depth of
68 went with 30, right? So that gives you 38 if you like subtract them
or 98
or 98.
We
Or-
took
Yeah,
The book leaves you with a pair of
multiply.
numbers and the grid of the great.
Okay, so let me go. Okay, 68.
30, like
Yeah, so let me go
coordinates?
68 over and 30 down, or
Oh,
vice
come
versa.
on. I did the
Battleship
6 and 8,
style.
but not the 68.
Yeah, battleship style.
You're so close, man. Yep, you count over 68 and down to 30. Whenever you touch the intersection of those bars, you found a pressure plate built into
Ooh.
the grate. You touch it, it glows green and stays lit.
Okay.
All right.
Like you do with 87
and 38,
87 by 38, another pressure plate, it glows green and stays lit. And let me
105
guess,
and
105 by 46.
Oh, we're
Yes,
You
please.
touch that and it glows green as well. And in doing so, you and Dragon Fiend are able to grab the grate, lift it up, and in doing so, you swim out free from the victory.
Let's go.
At the buzzer.
How much time do we have left?
Oh, hold on. You turn around to take one last look at the wreck, surprised to see the grate staying in place. This leaves the opening wide enough for the next unsuspecting victim. Now that you're safely out of the victory, you grab the line to head back to the surface, and you ascend at a safe rate to decompress. Your thoughts are interrupted when an adorable little sea turtle and a cute little dolphin join you on your trip up the anchor line there. They are happy to see humans coming off the shipwreck because that has not happened in a very long time. You play with that turtle and dolphin all the way to the surface, and you wave goodbye as you climb out of the water, into the dive boat, and you head back to land. The end.
Yay!
Well done. You had 1 minute and 20 seconds to spare.
Oh, that's great. I'm surprised how dumb we were with the battleship moment. That was the one moment I was
Wait.
really disappointed in us, actually.
Is there an
Nothing
image
surprises
if you
me.
don't get out? Like, is there an
No.
image for dying
Of,
in
like,
the ship?
dead bodies in the So we do try to help folks get through to experience all of the game content. We can vary the amount of clues, hints, and nudges that we give along the way. But yeah, you guys did really well. That's some good teamwork you had.
Awesome. That was
Way to
super
go,
fun.
guys.
Great
He
job.
lied. No.
Hey, we finished. We finished.
Oh my gosh. Dude, that always happens to me. I tried 6 over 8
We
down,
try it.
and I'm like, nah, that's not it. It can't be anything like
Yeah,
that.
right?
And I just
No.
think it completely-
That's all the roadblocks in escape rooms. Like we do it one way and we're like 75% right, and then we're like, nope, can't
Yeah,
be done.
we're
You know
done.
what I mean? Yeah.
That can't be it.
I feel like that's the like real life or physical escape room equivalent of like when you try the combination on the lock and you're like, nah, it's not working, and you hand it to somebody else and they
And
do
it
it and it
works.
just works.
Yeah.
Like you got to just try everything twice.
Love
Ooh,
Great
I
job,
I
team.
thought we were gonna die.
it. We did though.
I'm glad we didn't.
We
die.
didn't. We saw a beautiful dolphin, a wonderful sea turtle.
Good.
True.
Glad you like that. We do try to put some cute art into our games. Do you guys have any questions about the puzzles in the game? Did they eventually make sense, or?
Oh
what'd you
no,
think?
actually they all made sense. to
Yeah,
me.
yeah,
You
that was
guys,
great.
Yeah, got them all at the end. Yep. Thank you, James. That was super
Someone
fun.
in my chat asked what the discount code was.
Oh yes.
Streamers FTW, all one word.
and your
Dreamers.
website is
Yep, Paruzal.com. Let me put this up on the screen here. That might help
I think
folks.
it's like this.
FTW. As long as you book in the month of July, you can play the game whenever. Just book in the month of July. They'll give you 20% off.
Don't be cheating though and booking this one, chat.
Yeah, don't be cheating and booking this one.
Yeah.
You guys have 3 other rooms, right? Or 2 other rooms?
in 10 minutes.
Yeah. I'm really surprised for all of the really competitive folks that come through here. They finish a game, but they don't come back. Like they're so competitive the first time. I'm really surprised nobody's come back a second time after they know all the solutions and try to set like a 4-minute
Well,
record.
yeah, that's the thing with being competitive though, is you're also not a cheater. You know what I mean? Like,
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So yeah, we do have 3 other games. This is actually the beginning of a storyline. So in game 1, what you guys just played. So in what we call episode 1, you're trapped inside an underwater shipwreck and you try to make it up to the surface. Game number 2 starts at the surface. You get back into the dive boat and you see the captain's missing. So you have to figure out what happened to the captain and try to get the ship back
Oh,
to
it's a
shore. So that was a lot of fun as
continuation.
well.
Yo.
oh, now I kind of.
Well, ore is deep. I'm into
Yeah.
this.
What was the captain's name again?
It was Captain Jack. So
Captain
that's
Jack.
actually what you need to know. Yep, in game number 2, it's Captain Jack, and he has a pet parrot named Kirby. Kirby features prominently in game number 2. So yeah, Captain Jack and Kirby both come back in game number 2. Game 3 is game 3 or 4. That's kind of my toss-up between the games that I appreciate the most. Game 3 is where we really got into it. So this is a very traditional kind of escape room game that you play here. Game 3 uses a lot of imagination. So it's a very creative game. In this one, you're trying to sneak backstage to meet a rock star. And so you're trapped inside a Broadway theater. So you have to make your way through the theater, the stage, the lobby, the drink area, the balcony. You got all this stuff to work with as you try to sneak backstage. Now, this one's a little weird because it was a commissioned work for a Bruce Springsteen fan club. They loved our games and they wanted one based on Bruce. So you're going to hear 21 references to Bruce Springsteen's life and career throughout game number 3. You don't need to know anything about him to enjoy the game. But I'm really surprised we haven't killed anybody yet because so many people make this a drinking game anytime that they recognize a song title as it comes through. That one's a lot of fun. Game 4, for those folks who are especially competitive, game number 4 is our longest, it's our most competitive game. It's called Pizza Makes Anything Possible. So the nice thing about this is we have a version of the game. It's the same game content, whether you choose the hard version or not, just the question of how many hints we give you. So if you want to try to make the no hint leaderboard, then that's an option for you on game number 4 called Pizza Makes Anything Possible. So we'd love to have you guys back for any of these. If you want to continue the story, that's episode 2. If you want the challenging one or longest game, that's episode 4, Pizza Makes Anything Possible. Love to have you or any of your streamers, any of the folks watching this on YouTube or Twitch. Love to have you guys. Streamers, FTW gives you 20% off. You just have to book in the month of July. And all of this can be found on Paruzal.com. So I do appreciate you guys having me on. Yeah. And if you take a look at the screen right now, you can see that we're Paruzal Games, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. That's where we put up a bunch of our team photos. Speaking of team photos, would you guys be all right if I take a picture of
Oh, of course.
Let's go.
You have to know I'm going to be putting your team name, the game title, and your time on there. All right, let's take that picture in 3, 2, 1. There you go. I'll put your team name and time on there. That's going to go up on the social media. And look forward to having you guys back in another game. Did you have any questions for me?
No.
That was awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, that was awesome. Thank you very much.
Good. Yeah, it was a great time. Thanks, guys.
Thanks so
See
much.
you soon.
See you later.
Guys.
Right, bye-bye.
All right. I'm super excited for the next one, especially now that I know what we're doing, how this works. Like, oh,
yeah,
that was fun.
That one was definitely more like traditional escape room than the other one I did. The other one I did was less like locks and combinations and things, and more just like actually doing stuff. So I did appreciate that that aspect of it. But this one also made me crave regular escape rooms more too, for sure.
Mm-hmm. I'm all about. I want to get one where we have magic powers. And we can,
yes, that's the one that you. Oh my gosh, yes, that was so good. I'm hoping that in some of the other ones that he listed, they do get more into that and less traditional. But I think the one that we've got up next is going to be very non-traditional, which I'm super interested in. So, this
I'm
guy
so
is
excited. This is so much fun.
This guy has designed a whole bunch of rooms and he owns his own room and stuff. It looks like it's going to be dope. We're actually debuting it. No one's ever done this one before. So.
And he's letting us spoil it.
What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, what could possibly go wrong?
Hey, all, don't forget to check me out streaming live every day on twitch.tv/GrandPooBear and hit the subscribe button right here to see all my videos on YouTube. You can also follow me on Twitter, Instagram to get stream updates there as well. See you next time.